guys, where have you been? It's been a long time and it's great to see you back on the channel. There is so much to talk about of what's happened over the past, it feels like 6 months. It may even be 6 months. As you guys would have known, I have stopped working with 2K. There was a whole video about that. That was on YouTube, it was on Twitter. It worked out in my favor. So for those of you who don't know yet, and you're a fan of my GM mode reboot, the Wrestling Code got in contact with me shortly after I said that I was no longer working with 2K, and they offered me a position of designing their version of GM mode. I had no idea what to call it at the time, so I came up with the idea of you're not just a GM, because in this game you're not going to just be a GM, you're going to be a promotion manager. So PM mode was born. That's just one of the things that I've been doing, and designing this mode is absolutely insane. There's so much work that's going to go into it, and I kind of hope that the guys at Virtual Basement will know more soon about what I'm going to be asking them to do, because it should be realistically an unbelievable game with everything in tow. Like, what they're going to achieve with the Wrestling Code is just huge by itself. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Plus you got PM mode attached to it as well. Does this get any better? Then of course 2K22 launched their gameplay trailer, which unfortunately came with the caveat that it was delayed. If some of you follow me on Twitter as well, actually got wind of the delay before a lot of other people did, and I had to check with a couple of my sources, and it turns out it was true, which is even more insane. So there's that, but hopefully it will lead to a more polished game overall, not just because of everything that went down between WWE and 2K and roster releases and various other things. So hopefully it won't have too much of an impact on it. Then of course you've got AEW. AEW's game, the console game, is looking like it's on track. I wouldn't say, from what I'm hearing, that it's going to be something you'd say this is a direct competitor to WWE 2K. I think it sits in its own ballpark as a wrestling game, and probably from everything that we've heard so far and everything I'm hearing, that it's going to be more akin to what you've seen with No Mercy previously. So if you're a fan of No Mercy and the way that that works, I can see you guys enjoying this. Probably. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they put out. Then of course there's me. What have I been doing? Well, I've been doing a lot of things. I was community manager for Markout for a little while, which you can see behind me, and that's kind of still ticking over. Right now, as I said, I was designing promotion manager mode, and also I launched my own little venture, which is Headroom. And as you can see behind me is a 3D room. That 3D room is something that I designed, and I'm kind of pushing this now, so bear with me. This room is basically all completely 3D, obviously. However, it's great for people who are going to be starting streaming or doing YouTube, just want a professional background that looks like they're not streaming, because let's be honest here, and I'm going to be honest, yeah, if you could see my background now, it's just a beige living room. It is truly awful. But because I rent, I can't actually do anything about it. I can't change the colours, I can't paint anything, I can't really decorate how I'd like. I can hang some photos up and paintings, but that isn't very cool. So I thought of this venture, Headroom, and if you guys are interested, you can head to headroom.com. You can go to headroom.com. Go to headroom.com and check it out. That's h3droom.com. I'm still kind of getting to grips with being back in the space that is YouTube, and I'll be honest, this feels awkward, weird, and I'm still kind of processing a lot of stuff. But it's good. There's still a lot of good things that are happening. There's still a lot of good projects that I'm working on the side. I'm in contact with a lot of good people still. There's a few people that I'm no longer in contact with. And you know what? From the way that they were acting, it's for the best. It really is. I don't need that kind of negativity in life. And let me tell you, I took a step away from YouTube, from Twitter for a little while. I think it was 3 weeks. I took away just for myself, to spend it with myself, my family, and work on my own mental health as well. And I'm going to tell you what, best decision. Because at the end of the day, there's only one you. There's lots of people out there. You can't please everyone, and you're going to exhaust yourself trying to do that. So please don't do it. Just think of yourself. You know, sometimes it's really healthy to take that time out and take a back seat and just chill out. Just go and sit down and chill out for a bit. Because, man, that 3 weeks off Twitter, off really doing anything, was really nice. And I'll admit, some points I thought to myself, am I coming back? Or should I just keep doing this? Because I'm kind of enjoying not worrying about it. So, here we are, back on the channel. I hope you guys are excited to see me back. There's going to be a lot of stuff, because there are things that I have planned, and hopefully they will come to fruition. So, first things first, we're going to be going back to some concepts. I'm not saying they're all going to be WWE, because they might not be. I'm also working on Promotion Manager mode, so I would like to also talk about that on the channel. And I've spoken to the guys over at Virtual Basement, and they said, that's cool. But I'm not going to reveal everything, because where's the fun in that if you know everything beforehand? So, I have asked on Twitter, I've also asked on here, if you guys have had any questions. I'll select some questions and I'll answer them, and I'll give you some idea as to which direction we're going towards with Promotion Manager mode. And, of course, we'll be talking about wrestling games news on the channel, because, let's face it, some of it's pretty damn awesome, some of it's not so awesome. There's a lot of games coming out. They're not just WWE, they're not just AEW, they're not just the wrestling code. There's things like Ultra Violence out there. There's things like Luchadors, which, if you haven't seen it, please go and check it out. It looks absolutely ridiculous, but so much fun. There's just so many wrestling games coming out at the moment. So we could take a look at those, but also we might stray into some unfamiliar territory. Some of that territory you might enjoy too. You might start taking a look at other games as well, whether they be sports, whether they be simulation, space. Could be we might take a look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Could be we might be taking a look at games that aren't even coming out yet. I am pretty excited just overall for games, because, as it says in my name, I am the VikingSizeGamer. It's not just about wrestling. It just so happens that wrestling is quite high on the list. Other than that, stay tuned for that video that is going to be coming out about Promotion Manager mode in the wrestling code. Like I said, leave your comments down below, ask a question. It's good to see you. I'm hoping it's good to see me from your point of view. We will hopefully get all this out, get it ready, get it done. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, go to twitter.com/VikingSizeGamer, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video answering your questions on Promotion Manager mode.